G'day, let's have a look at these Wera stainless steel screwdrivers. So these are exactly the same as Wera's normal range, except they are stainless steel. So physical size are the same in this one, but the shaft and the whole material is all stainless steel. So that's signified by the color. So we've got this light blue color. This light blue color inside the handle. So the whole handle there is black, nice and hard plastic, and then these overmolds inside these little slots here, that's a soft grippy rubber, so that's really nice. Again, as I said, the same as sort of the normal range, you've got that but just a green color, and then you've got these other, so these are just the VDE colors. So Wera makes a really nice colorful range that you can really easily tell them apart and know what the screwdriver is, what its purpose is, and then what to use it for. So as I said, these are stainless steel, so where you want to use these is marine environments, industrial applications, food safety, anything like that where you don't want to cross-contaminate things. And also where you've got a lot of moisture. So corrosive environments, again, salt water will corrode normal steel very, very easily, but stainless steel is effectively immune from that. So that's where these screwdrivers are to be used for. Because if you're using stainless steel screws, so got a couple here. So these are all stainless steel. You don't want to be using a normal screwdriver on this, because some of this metal can flake off and it's not stainless steel, so it can stay in there, cross-contaminated, and then when it gets water or corrosive chemicals or anything like that on it, it will end up corroding this head. But if you use a stainless steel screwdriver on it, even if anything flakes off or you get it damaged, this is all stainless steel anyway, so it's not going to make any difference to this fastener. So that's when I use this, again, just to prevent that cross-contamination and then any rust on the fastener. So on the screwdrivers itself, again, if it's a saltwater environment, corrosive environment, the screwdrivers won't rust, but also you're not going to contaminate the actual fasteners that you're working on. So to kind of come back to this handle, as I said, we've got this hard black plastic, and then we've got a rubber overmold that just adds a bit more grip. So the handles are really nice. I personally really like the Wera handles. They just fit in the hand really nice. You kind of have these three zones where your fingers can go and grip it really well. So Wera advertises the front here as a high-speed area, so you can kind of use your two fingers to screw that when it's not much tension on this. But then when you need to get a bit more force, you obviously grab it with the rest of your hand. And up the top here, you've got this nice thick area. So that's kind of where the force is concentrated from your palm. So you get that really nice grip and a really nice turn. And the further away you are from that center of rotation, the more torque you can generate with the same amount of force. So it's really good if you do need more force to try to be as far away from that center of rotation. So kind of grip here and try to get as much force in that way. And that'll just amplify it and get a stronger moment going. So with the handle as well, out the front here, you've got this hex lip. So that lip that protrudes out, and then this is just a hex design. So the reason that's there is it's just an anti-roll feature. So when you put the screwdrivers down, they will roll a little bit depending on the surface, but they will come to a stop. Usually pretty quickly, but this is slightly sloped downwards, so they do roll a little bit more. But if you do just put it straight down, it won't roll on its own. It will stay there because of that flat surface on there. So that's a really nice feature. The other thing that I really like from Wera is on the back, on the tops here, you can see these markings. So you've got the numbers and the colors. So what that means is, for example, this one here is a red color. So red means it's a Phillips, and then the number 2 just means it's Phillips number 2. So again, that's exactly the same as the normal standard range, Phillips 2. We've got the same, and then we've got the same tips there. And then we've got this yellow color here, so 6.5. So this just means it's slotted, but the 6.5 actually just measures the width of this shaft. So for the slotted range, you'll see down here it's written 1.2 by 6.5 by 150. So 1.2 is the thickness this way, 6.5 is the width of that blade, and then 150 is just the length of the blade. So 150 is 6 inches, and they're just obviously metric. It's a German brand, so they've gone to millimeters. So these colors on the end are just called Take It Easy Tool Finder. So that's really nice to see. If you have these in a bag or in a rack and they're all facing upwards like this, you don't want to go taking them all out and digging through what's what. You can just see by that color and the number what that fastener actually is. Now the other thing is you can see on these tips, so let's have a look at these two for example. On these tips you can see that black marking out the front. So what that is it's the laser tip technology. So what Wera will do is once this screwdriver is finished, they will put it into a laser machine and etch those black lines into it with a laser. So the reason that's done is because that just roughens up the surface. And if I bring this closer, that roughens up the surface a little bit, and then when you put that into a fastener, it just tends to hold it a lot better because it's a rougher surface, it's a nice precise fit, and it will just hold that really well. The other interesting thing that I didn't actually know until I got these is normal screwdrivers, you can magnetize them, obviously because they're ferrous metal, so you can do that and then you can pick up screws really easily. And then you can also demagnetize them, so then it still always sticks a little bit of that demagnetism. It doesn't take it all away. It still keeps a little bit of magnetic field in it, but it does work quite well. But stainless steel usually isn't magnetic. It depends on the specific type of it, but these screwdrivers can actually be magnetized. So I didn't think they would be able to, but you can run it through that a few times, and then you can end up picking up the screws. So now the key thing of that is you can magnetize them, but this is a stainless steel screw and it has no effect on it. And that's because this is just made of different metal than what the shaft is made of. So this is most likely a martensitic 400 series stainless steel, which has just been hardened through heat treatment to make it magnetic. It kind of a neat feature, I guess. If you do want it, you can magnetize these, but again, for working on stainless steel fasteners, you don't really need that feature. And the reason that doesn't stick is because this here is a posi-driv. So you can see it's got cross plus those extra little lines on the side, and that's a Phillips. So it does fit in a pinch. You can use a Phillips on a posi-driv, but it's not recommended because it is different. You do want to use posi-driv on an actual posi-driv fastener. And you can just see how much better that holds it in. So these laser tips just work really well. See if I can get a bit of a close up on that. It is quite hard, but... So there we go, that just fits in really well. Alright, so now again, as I mentioned, the applications for this is any corrosive environments or food safety, anything like that where you don't want to cross-contaminate stuff. And comparing them to normal, so take these two for example, right? This is basically the same screwdriver, one's just stainless steel, the other one's normal steel. So there's not really any drawbacks. If you, for your home, or you're just using this every day, there's not really any drawbacks from getting the stainless steel ones over the normal range. They are just more expensive, but they will last longer in a wet environment. There's less chance of them corroding, but you can use them on normal screws. There's no issues in just using them on normal screws at all. That'll be fine. So that's just a quick look at the features of these Wera stainless steel screwdrivers. So specialized screwdrivers made for stainless steel, from stainless steel for specific applications, but you can just use them as a general set. There's not really many drawbacks to them. Awesome, thanks very much for watching. I'll put links down below to all of these if you do want to check them out. Hit that like button, subscribe if you do want to see more of this sort of stuff. And thanks very much. Have a good one.